All right, let's dive in. So this is TESS, which stands for the Epic Storm. I'm gonna link something in chat here. This is Bryant Cook and a couple of other people have a website dedicated to this deck just called theepicstorm.com that has this deck list on it currently. That as of today has this deck list on it. Also has a sideboard guide up there that I'm going to be working off of today. When I play established decks like this, I tend to shy away from giving too strong of specific feedback on it because there's people that have worked on these deck lists a lot, and I think it would be very arrogant and presumptuous of me just playing 4 or 5 matches with it to assume I know more than people that play a ton with these decks. So the basic idea of this deck for people that haven't seen it before, though, just in terms of function, is you use cards like Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, Chrome Mox, Mox Opal, Dark Ritual, and Rite of Flame to make lots of mana. And then you use cards like Burning Wish and Wishclaw Talisman to gain access to Tendrils of Agony either in our main deck or in our sideboard to eventually kill our opponent with a lethal storm count once we chain through a bunch of stuff. We've got cards like Echo of the Eons here, which is very good with Lion's Eye Diamond to kind of gas back up and reset our hand, or something that you'll see us frequently do is we'll Wishclaw or Burning Wish for an Echo of the Eons, so that way we can kind of draw more cards up if we don't have a storm count to be lethal or we're short on mana. We have cards like Brainstorm and Ponder as cantrips to set up our draw to work towards our combo. And then we have Veil of Summer and Defense Grid here as anti-interaction cards to kind of stop the forceful counterspell decks in the format from beating our combo. We also play a copy of Ad Nauseam here, which allows us to draw an incredible amount of our deck. So, you see we have 3 cards here that cost 4, 5, and 6, but outside of that, everything here just costs 1 and 2. And obviously, when you're casting Ad Nauseam, you're not going to have this in your deck, so there's just a 4 and a 6 that you kind of have to dodge, and Ad Nauseam usually draws you, double digits worth of cards in this archetype. So let's go ahead and dive on into a Legacy League here with this one and see how it goes. This one has been a reasonable amount of fun in the past for us. It's a deck that can pop off as early as the first turn of the game. Let's see if we can get some people, huh? Punk them out. We have M21 card in the sideboard here too, Peer into the Abyss. We had played a very bad Peer Storm deck on stream somewhat recently. This is a card that will occasionally fetch with Burning Wish to draw a significant number of cards. Interested to see if it's relevant that we have 7 mana to do this. Is there a chance that Runeterra open in the future? I have no idea, Sal. I don't think my audience size for Runeterra stuff is quite large enough to justify doing something like that currently. Easy mulligan here with no land. Does Tess usually play Ad Nauseam? Yes, always. In fact, and this is why naming conventions are a little bit weird in Legacy. The way the Storm deck's lined up is Tess actually tends to go off with Ad Nauseam fairly often, and the Ant deck that's called Ad Nauseam Tendrils actually tends to go off with Past in Flames more than Ad Nauseam. So Ad Nauseam is a staple in both the Storm decks, and this Storm deck in fact tends to go off with Ad Nauseam more frequently. Rite in Flame, the big differential is usually that Tess is a Burning Wish deck that plays more fast mana like Rite of Flame and Chrome Mox, whereas Ant tends to be a slightly slower Storm deck. Oh, I forgot to put a Full Art Swamp in here. That's sad. Yeah, these are great, right? I'm gonna go top Brainstorm, top Wishclaw, top Swamp, no to shuffle. At one point, Tess played Ruby Medallion and Hazoret's Undying Fury, if I'm not mistaken. You are mistaken, that was a different deck. So there was a mono-red Storm deck once upon a time that played terrible cards like that. Tess is more all in and Ant tends to be more resilient. That's the definition that Legacy people have, like, given me before, but I don't know if I really believe that definition having played with the deck. Like, especially in a world where this build of Tess is playing things like, Veil of Summer and Defense Grid. Like, I feel like that's kind of a misnomer. Are we YOLOing? So this is sitting here drawing them cards. I think I'm just going for it here. This card, the Infiltrator here, lets them draw a card every time they, lets them draw a card every time they hit us with a ninja. So, I could be conservative a little bit here since I have so much mana from Lion's Eye Diamond, and I think I'm gonna Wishclaw Talisman before I Burning Wish. So that way, what's the word that I'm searching for? So that way, if they counter my Burning Wish, I have Wishclaw Talisman left over. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and cast this. And I think I could crack this in response. I could also, though, just, like, let it happen and then crack LED and Echo of the Eons afterwards. Activate both and get Ad Nauseam. Alright. Stop it. Is this a good empty? Yeah, that could be the line. I could crack both since they're... Well, there's no guarantee this resolves, though, is the issue. Although I suppose if this doesn't resolve, I can Wishclaw up Ad Nauseam, right? Wow, that just resolved. Okay. So... Are we getting empty? I could also Wishclaw for... I cannot, buddy. I'm working. I love you. I could Wishclaw for a ritual to add goblins and get more goblins, but then they get my Wishclaw Talisman. I think I'm just making goblins. Let's see if that's enough. Maybe I'm just supposed to, like, no fear, get Ad Nauseam there, and do that. I don't know if these goblins are actually lethal here. So we attack. We're attacking for 10, losing 1. We're attacking for 9, losing 1. Yeah, it should be okay if we don't get, like, Sweeper to the main. Yeah, so the way Lion's Eye Diamond works in these archetypes is you crack your Lion's Eye Diamond before you activate your Wishclaw Talisman or in response to your Burning Wishes. So that way you get to use the mana that you make with them on whatever spell you're fetching. This is game 1, so it'd be pretty... Like, post-board, they're more likely to have a sweeper, but game 1, it's pretty unlikely. Post-board Plague Engineer is a super realistic thing that could happen. Okay, so they draw 2 here. And again, like, this is why it's, like, probably right to go for it last turn, because they're just going to start drawing so many cards here. The extra Ornithopter is actually a big deal because it gives them extra blockers. Thanks, Brinkwater. I'll stack Burning Wish on top. So this hits them for 9, and we lose 1. The Goblins aren't looking dark. Can you articulate as to why? Because we're killing them in 3 attacks, right? So can you explain why you think my Goblins aren't looking reasonable? Please and thank you. So, like, assuming they leave everything back here, they block 4, and they take 7 down to 2, and we lose 2, leaving us with 9. Then the following turn, we have lethal. Yeah, we're lethal if they're attacking us. We're lethal faster if they attack us. We're lethal faster if they hold back. I'm also in a position here where I put the Burning Wish on top of my deck. So next turn I can Wishclaw Talisman for a Lion's Eye Diamond, and then Burning Wish for Echo, and then crack LED cast Echo.
Sounds like a good plan, honey.
I agree.
Can I tell you a funny story?
What's up?
Declan had me come down here because he couldn't find Jacob in the Minecraft world.
Okay.
And so I found him, and then he immediately put it into survival mode. And I said, why don't you guys just do creative mode so that you can't hurt each other and you can do all the stuff? And he's like, oh, just go back upstairs.
This thing makes servos for 2 mana. So it's looking like our Goblins might not quite... Now they have 6 blockers, right? So they're only taking 5 here. So let's start by attacking. The opponent's archetype's an established deck that's put up some results. We played it on stream at one point. It was kind of middling, but... Well, that's why Belcher plays Goblin War Strike usually, right? Do we have enough to wish for LED and then get Tendrils? No. I have 6. If I get an LED, I have 6 mana total. How much to cut a Runeterra deck? Let's say $50. You could be the first Runeterra deck. Crazy deck. Crazy duck. Keep in mind it's less than that to be the Runeterra deck for tomorrow. Does Cardboard Live not work with Legacy cards? Cardboard Live doesn't work with Legacy applications. How much for tomorrow? After today, assuming no other cuts, $40 would put you as tomorrow's deck, I believe. No, sorry, 35 would put you as tomorrow. So we're gonna play two Runeterra decks today. So we're gonna Burning Wish here. If this resolves, which it is, okay, we're gonna grab Echo of the Aeons here. I'm gonna go ahead and Wishclaw for Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, Cardboard Live functions off of the ability to read the MTG Arena log file, and Magic Online doesn't have a readable log file. Well, those are pretty good hits. If I do say so myself. Thanks for the tier 3, House Guy. I appreciate the 33 months. Welcome back. Yes, we can redraw the Empty Wish for, which is quite fantastic. I think I actually don't Rite in Flame here, because I don't need the extra 2 goblins. If they somehow have a counterspell for it, that's not great. So, fingers crossed they don't have a... Fingers crossed they don't have a Echo in their main deck. If they have anything in their main deck that answers goblins here, they're gonna be able to go fetch it up. But I think so, like, post board, I wouldn't do this here, because post board I expect them to have like a Plague Engineer or a Sweeper of some sort to deal with goblins. But I think game 1 I'm supposed to go for this here. Think this is correct, game 1. Or why did we not just kill them this turn? I'm going to give you 2 minutes to type to me how I could have killed them this turn before I time you out. Go. We could have gotten Grapeshot, Burning Wish, thing. Okay, Grapeshot, sure. Grapeshot means we don't give them a chance with Wishclaw. They were at 2 because of their blocks. Okay. So, I agree with you that we could have Grapeshotted them for 3, right? It would have been Petal, Burning Wish, Grapeshot. The reason why my brain didn't go there is because I was assuming they were going to block as many things as possible. So I thought they were going to make a 1-1 and then also block with this and the 1-1. And then they didn't. So in my head, I had mentally shortcutted to, okay, I'm getting Echo because I assumed that they were going to preserve their life total, and then they didn't do that. So I definitely made a mistake there. Should have gotten Grapeshot. Thanks for the 25 butt spaces. Yeah, Wizards' dedication to continuously lame ducking their formats is really something. So they get to hit us with the Changeling here, and maybe another Ninja and draw a bunch of cards, but like, again, you either have an answer to these goblins or you don't. Let me know. I'm about to get combo killed here. Am I about to get combo killed here? They just like Brainstorm Emrakul to the top of their deck and are gonna kill me? Man, if they flip an Emrakul over here, I'm about to be real sideways. Alright, they drew cards first here, so these are randoms. They gotta deal 13 with 2 triggers. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, they're about to reveal a Draco, chat. Oh no, Force of Will, don't do it. No whammy. No whammy. Whew. 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 Man, where's my Ezreal sweating emote when I need it, chat? Quick, Johnny, thanks for the 3rd of a year. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Whoa, Crazy Duck, thanks for the absurd tip. I appreciate it. Whoop. That's to cut a, what's it called in the name? Get my Streamlabs is not loading. Give me a second. All right, let's sideboard really quick. I appreciate the absurdity. I will check the message in just a minute. How are we boarding with this? All right, so sideboard plan isn't necessarily super straightforward because, believe it or not, Blue Black Ninjas isn't on the list of stuff that he has, so we're going to improvise based on other things. Abrupt Decay is notably not good against most of the threats they're playing, because they have 4-mana threats. Carpet of Flowers sounds good here. Hey, ready perfectly. Thanks for the happy year. Yeah, I really hope that Wizards is like paying attention to the number of Magic creators who aren't even just me that have been posting like, hey, really burned out on Magic right now. Hope play patterns are eh. I was gonna bring in 2 carpets. I'm gonna trim a Rite of Flame and a Ponder. Just gonna trim around the edges. Hey, Crazy Duck, do you know what? Can you tell me what archetype that is that you just submitted? I have the deck code, but I'm not gonna open RuneTerra and load it midstream. I just want to update the stream title. Frostbite mid-range sounds good. It doesn't help that they're making it feel like a rotation happens every month. Can you explain what you mean by that, Chuki? Because I actually feel the opposite. A big part of Magic's problems right now are that we've been, like, Temur Reclamation has been the best deck for, like, a year. And we've been dealing with Teferi, the ban list. I still don't understand what you mean with the ban list. Like, if anything, in my opinion, part of the issue is that they don't use their ban lists enough, and that things feel very samey. All right, so it's been 10 years since January, just like for the record. Remember when one of the worst things about 2020 was the fact that finding out Pete Buttigieg wasn't a progressive, he was actually a corporate neoliberal shill? Remember when that was one of the things we were worried and complaining about this year? I remember that. Kind of like what I would give to go back to that right now is just like that was 2020. That was this year. Like the things I would give to go back to being annoyed that Pete Buttigieg turned out to be a neoliberal shill. Like, yeah. Remember when the thing that was keeping me up at night was like, is Iran going to start World War III with us because our president's an idiot? Remember that? Remember when that was the concern? And I could like leave my house to reminisce with friends about how big of an idiot our president is. That was game 1. We won game 1 with goblins via Burning Wish. The Australian wildfire could have been the defining topic of 2020. Yeah. So this is a changeling which has all creature types. This is going to count as a ninja. So I'm going to draw a couple cards here. This is all a warm-up round for climate change. I mean, that's not even really that far off base, probably, right? Would you rather have aggressive banlist updates like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or you want WotC to make better decisions and be more active in cleaning up their formats? How are those two things different? How is aggressive banlist management different than Wizards of the Coast cleaning up their formats? Can you explain? Because I don't understand how the two things you're talking about are different. Okay, so I can Wishclaw. I can put back like Ad Nauseam Dark Ritual. I can Wishclaw for LED, play LED Echo. I think I like that. Okay. Okay. Well, I gave them 7 cards, but I'm pretty sure we're on the no fear plan, huh? I could have cast the ritual first. That's a good call. So, Tendrils is lethal, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! Will just ban a card to ban a card versus actually taking time to look over stats to determine if a card or card set is overperforming. So I actually think part of the problem with Wizards of the Coast's approach to ban list management is something I've talked about before. Is I'm a pretty big proponent of metrics of a deck doing well shouldn't be the only thing that matter in terms of whether or not a deck gets banned. A good example of this is blue-black inverter in Pioneer most recently, right? Like R&D put up this statement where they were like, well, in the data on our back end, blue-black inverter only has a 49% win rate, so it's fine and you should all continue to experience this in Pioneer. And like quality of play patterns and average experience of the players feels like something Wizards of the Coast has largely forgotten about when it comes to both creating sets of Magic and managing those formats in 2020. All right, so this hand blows, but it's got a Brainstorm, so we're going to keep it. Hashtag legacy things. So Inverter should be banned for the same reason as KCI. KCI was banned because of the amount of time it took to execute the combo in a tournament setting. So that's not what I'm proposing. So that wasn't banned because of quality of play patterns. It was banned because of the amount of time it took for that archetype to win in a tournament setting. Sure, it was miserable. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to argue that KCI wasn't miserable. What I am arguing is that in addition to being miserable, the thing that finally pushed it up over the edge was the fact that it also took a lot of tournament time. Nexus was banned in Best of 1 due to play experience. No. Nexus was banned in Best of 1 because Wizards of the Coast was having a premier level tournament that was the Best of 1 format, and they didn't want their incredible, embarrassing design mistake on display. That's why Nexus was banned in Best of 1. Nexus was banned in Best of 1 because Wizards of the Coast knew they fucked up, and they didn't want their mess up on display for everyone at their invitational. Aaron W. Kent, thanks for the 51 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. 51 months is a while. One of the OGs. So, probably don't need Veil and Defense Grid here against whatever my basic Forest Windswept Heath opponent is doing. I feel like I probably don't mind deploying Defense Grid. I'm going to throw back Veil. I'm going to throw back Badlands. We're going to play this and Defense Grid here, I think. Yeah, could be some kind of like Maverick or Thalia deck. Thanks, Nutter. Hope you're staying safe wherever you're at in the world. Could be Enchantress, could be Maverick, could be a Brew, could be Elves with the bad draw. Courser of Krufix, reveal Ancient Tomb. Courser of Krufix, reveal Ancient Tomb. That's a surprise Pikachu gift if I ever saw one, right? Green-black Titan is a thing in Legacy. Okay. I don't know if I believe you. I'm going to look at MTG Goldfish and see if you're a liar. Yeah, there's actual Titan decks. Look at that. That's impressive. Love it. All right, so... Hey, that's awesome, Kevin. I could technically echo this turn, right? But I wouldn't have any mana left over afterwards. I think I'm any order shuffling these. I'm just kind of looking for mana to pair with my wishes. Okay, so we found some mana. So I could put back Wishclaws. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, right? So let's count that again. 1, 2, this adds 1, this adds 2, this adds 2. So I have 7 total. So Wishclaw for Ad Nauseam is 8. So I can't do that. My sideboard, I could empty, but empty's probably not good enough to beat whatever they have going on. They could also be something like a Pernicious Deed deck. So I think my game plan here is put back Wishclaw, put back Burning Wish, and then I'm gonna go land Wishclaw. Yeah, there's no reason to try and kill this. I was counting to see if we could, but because I can't, I don't need to like do something silly that's a half measure. So we'll go Wishclaw go here. And then if they interact with the Wishclaw, I have Burning Wish rolled up on top of my deck. There's a Chalice of the Void. I actually think, like, the Chalice and Prison-based decks actually tend to be harder matchups for the Storm archetype that we're playing than the Counterspell-based decks. They can't protect themselves if you randomly kill them on the first turn of the game. But if you don't kill them on the first turn of the game, you have a hard time with it. Yeah, I put the Burning Wish on top for exactly discard spell reasons here. That being said, I think we're just going Rite of Flame, Ad Nauseam here. Can I peer? I have 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I'm 2 mana off of peer. Peering is infinite mana. It's 9 mana. I think we just go Rite of Flame, Wishclaw for Ad Nauseam, draw some cards. Oh, I do have Wishclaw. I can technically peer, you're right. Because Wishclaw gets me LED. We could just draw 22 cards. Right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, we're not here to not draw 22 cards, right? Having a lot of fun playing Historic, which you just get control this. I'm struggling with Field of the Dead. You just lose. Your control deck's not beating Field of the Dead. Concede, move on with your life. Welcome to Magic's non-rotating formats. You're just dead. Pseudo Tesla, thank you for the 6 months. I appreciate the half a year. Welcome back. All right, I assume some combination of things in our hand kill them. I'm gonna make a bunch of mana to start, but I assume at the end of making mana they're going to die. Go get our tendrils. Cast our tendrils. I'm gonna generate more storm count here, but I have things to do, places to go, people to see. What type of card would you play against a deck like this if they have Veil for tendrils? Well, they couldn't Veil because we had Defense Grid, but we also have Grapeshot. I could have generated enough storm count to kill them with Grapeshot there. Let me double check my sideboard guide here. Prison decks. Board out Veil of Summer, Defense Grid. Board in, look at that. Just missed the Echoing Truth. Board in Chain of Vapor, Echoing Truth, Crash, Abrupt Decay. Love it. Easy in, easy out. I know a little bit. We've played this deck on stream a number of times in the past before. I'm by no means an expert, but I've played it a few times at least. Does Decay beat Chalice on 2? Yep. Sure does. Once upon a time, there was a design mistake from 2019. Weird. Who could have predicted that? Man. We'd have killed him on one, chat. We'd have killed him on one. Now we're gonna have to work for it. How dare you play a prison card out here? The sheer audacity. Put a named Dryad here. Ilson Grove. Ramp it up. Ramp it up. Do. Let's go digging for a land here. I think I'm supposed to crack this fetch and play the Lion's Eye Diamond. It's kind of close though. Don't mind me. I'll just be over here making mana. named Eldrazi with the old Cavern of Souls. Like a Maelstrom Pulse here, an Abrupt Decay. Maybe a Planeswalker. Green Sun Zenith. Looks like an X spell. Green Sun Zenith, sure. Are we gonna get Teagued? Teague me, daddy. Teague me. Ugh. Alright, that's enough. We'll kill him turn 1 on the play. That'll do, pig. That'll do. You think they're gonna unsuspend Winota? Huh? There's some real optimism. Don't give me hope. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. I think we can do better at 6. Yeah, this hand's actually quite reasonable with Decay and Truth. I'm gonna go ahead and bottom the Truth here, and we'll fetch Underground Sea and cast Ponder here on 1. I think they're going to ban Uro everywhere. Well, they didn't announce changes for Standard, so... Our submissions for Runeterra higher than Magic lately. Yeah, I've had a pretty large number of Runeterra submissions, and I've had almost no. I've had almost no Magic submissions. To say hype is low surrounding Magic is an understatement. I think we're actually keeping these, right? This just rolls up into... So I think I put Ad Nauseam at the bottom because I don't want to give them a chance to take it away. So I'll draw this right now. We'll draw this next turn, Abrupt Decay their Chalice, and then on 3 we'll go Ritual Ad Nauseam. Yeah, I always do that. Is Heimer not an English? Like, is that character's name is not English, obviously, right? I before E except after C. Is ingrained into my brain. I think in terms of like core gameplay experiences, Runeterra's core game engine is definitely superior to both Hearthstone and Magic. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see what that game ends up looking like once it's had a little bit of cards under its belt. We're gonna lose Dark Ritual here, which is unfortunate. At least we're not losing Ad Nauseam, I suppose. Yep. Remember when I talked about why we were ordering that Ponder the way we were ordering it, chat? Remember when we talked about why I was ordering that Ponder the way we were ordering it? All right, so I'm cracking LED in response to my Ad Nauseam, right? Is the plan here? Not close. want to make red. Yeah, it's probably accurate. I'd like to draw some cards. So now we can draw as many cards as we want. We lose life equal to their total converted mana cost. I believe the Burning Wish is close to lethal here. We have a 4 mana spell and a 6 mana spell in our deck, so we're just going to draw cards until we get to 6 life. Once we get to 6 life, we'll determine if we can kill them with what we already have, to which I'm pretty confident the answer is yes, so we're going to stop. Hey, Gazni, thanks for the 19 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Back it up, back it in. Let me begin. Good showing of our deck so far this league. This archetype's good. It's great. It's a fun set of puzzles to solve. Is this a hand sucks but has Brainstorm so we keep? Can't fault people for mulliganing this, I don't think, but I'm pretty hard pressed to pass up Brainstorm and fetch lands. Morning, Elf Boy. We can probably find another. Looks like they are playing goblins like MTG Bot suggested they might be. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Probably not ready for Tendrils. Definitely putting back Badlands. I think Tendrils is the second one, or do I put back Chrome Mox? I guess if I put back Chrome Mox and the second Brainstorm hits well, we could kill them, right? At the risk of Brainstorm locking myself, let's try and kill them. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oh, I can only put them to... There's only 8. Counting is hard, chat. Burning Wish. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 mana. Do I have 6 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Burning Wish. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can 18 them here. We're so close. We're so close. I can 18 them. That's not good enough, though, right? Because I don't have a good way to finish them off. I just make 18 goblins, right? We just make 18 goblins. Yeah, I make a bunch of goblins. I'm gonna show them who the goblin deck is. Just Let him know what's up. Warrens are empty. Go. So one storm count off of lethal via Tendrils. Those of you keeping track at home, this is the third turn of the game. My opponent took 1 turn, I took 2 turns. 1 plus 2 is 3. I think I'm leaving back 2 blockers so this Goblin Lackey doesn't accidentally punk me out. Is it 2 blockers? Do you leave back 2 blockers or 3? Is 3 too conservative? Like, they're probably dead either way, right? I'm leaving back at least 2. I think it's probably 3, right? So attack for 15. Which is like, not die to Lackey putting in scary things. We can attack with the Hall and lose the game. That's definitely a legal play. Attack with all, lose the game is definitely a legal play. The Goblins matchup sideboard guide says it's the same plan as we did against the Chalice the Void deck. So Chains and Decays in, Crash and Echo in, cut the 6 anti-counterspell cards. Easy and easy out. Cut the anti-blue cards against the non-blue deck. We were always the Goblin deck in my heart. I like how people who are like in response to like talking about format management stuff and things Wizards could do better or make other decisions, the real hobgoblins who are just like, well, Wizards should just get everything right the first time and never have to ban or unban or feel like they need to rebalance anything. Why can't they just see all the possibilities, Jeff? It's their job. This should be easy, Jeff. It's like, well, maybe it's not. Maybe let's look at reasonable solutions instead of being like, hey, let's never ban anything ever. Goblin Lackey. Ruh-roh Raggy. It's another Lotus Petal. I'm gonna Brainstorm before I play my land. Micromon, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Get you a sword to go with that shield. I'll throw back my Burning Wishes. May or may not want to redraw one of those. We'll see. I'm going to reserve the right to crack this fetch land on my upkeep after I see what they do. Alright, who's Lackey putting into play? Survey says... Goblin Trash Master! Would you like to kill my Chrome Mox? Remember that time I put 2 Burning Wishes on top of my deck and then cracked my fetch land and then I redrew the Burning Wish anyways? Magic the Gathering Online remembers. I think I'm just keeping the lands for now. Again, probably fetching on my upkeep to shuffle those away. Shuffle those away. Although I suppose doing that means that this wasteland can kill this land because I don't have another basic to fetch, but that's fine. Probably dead here. Should I get to blow my artifacts up in my lands? We're just locked out here. Try and get him turn 1 on the play here. Yeah, I think this is keepable. It doesn't have like a payoff in it just yet, but it's got a ton of mana. Hopefully this Brainstorm on turn 2 will get us going. Plain Aether Vial, or 1 mana Goblin for me. It's looking for like a Burning Wish. Huh. Or an Ad Nauseam. Or a Wishclaw Talisman. I think I'm going to put back Dark Ritual Verdant at this point. And then ponder looking for a Burning Wish here. Four looks at a Burning Wish. Wishclaw Talisman. So I don't have the ability to... I don't have the ability to cast... I don't have the ability to cast Wishclaw Talisman and Rituals this turn. So I think we go... Petal, Wishclaw, draw Dark Ritual, and then we get set up to kill them next turn. Hoping to dodge, like, Thorn of Amethyst here. They're casting a Goblin spell, sure. Hoping to dodge like Mindbreak Trap next turn. I don't really have any intentions of playing Labs in Legends of Runeterra. I don't know, maybe they click through it. Well, this is a sorcery. That's awkward. That's fine. We still have enough mana, right? So we're up to 6. This is 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. And the Surgical is all they have here. We're still good to go. Yeah, Rite of Flame's a sorcery. So we'll crack this for black. How about some labs for our dear friend? Thank you for the biddies, Wellborn Muse. I appreciate it. I guess we can fit some in. Sounds good. You have a Mind Break Trap too? And just as a general reminder of how useful Moto Chat is, my opponent BM'd in chat before we cast the Ad Nauseam there. Just to add to the Mind Break Trap pleasure. We disabled the chat moving forward. I don't know why it was enabled. Usually I have it off. And the quality Magic the Gathering Online experience. Nah, it doesn't matter what they said. You don't want to encourage behavior like that. It's just like it's funny when we talked about it in the past. One of the number one things that really showed Valve didn't get it with Artifact, and they didn't understand what they were doing with making their game, was that they had an in-game chat in Artifact, and it's like, have you honestly just like never spent 10 minutes using any other online platform and like seen what open voice comms and open chats create in games that have variants by design or variants with teammates and stuff like that? It's not a big deal. People are gonna do what they do. I should have had chat disabled anyways. I think I forgot to turn it off when I switched over to my Windows system, and we haven't played much Magic Online, so there hasn't been a need to. All right, so now that someone cheered for it, what is the lab thing? Do I need a certain type of deck for the labs event? I don't even know what it is because I haven't looked at it at all in Runeterra. Nope, it's limited. Deal, perfect. Just click join. Fantastic. We're just looking for mana with this hand, right? So any order shuffle these cards that don't make mana. Still just looking for more mana at this point, right? So we'll go... Against Snow-Covered Mountain, do I need to keep the Veil? Probably not. We could be getting Blood Moon or Chalice next turn. I have enough mana to go off next turn, right? I'm supposed to keep the LED there, he says as he redraws the LED. I guess I don't have anything useful to imprint on the Chrome Mox currently. I guess we're imprinting the Rite of Flame. Goblin Engineer. Okay, hopefully they're dead. So this comes into play. They'd search their library for an artifact in a minute. Probably some kind of Painter Servant variation or some kind of brew. Could be a Stompy deck still. Yeah, could be Painter Grindstone. Could be some kind of Chalice deck. Confirmed Painter Grindstone. So we have a 6-drop and a 4-drop in our deck, so we can draw freely until we get to 7 life. Or until we get to 6, sorry. Do I have to take another hit here? I think I have to take another hit here, right? Dead. I didn't have lethal there, right? Because I could, like, Chrome Mox, imprint Tendrils, Dark Ritual, but then I don't have a way to get red mana. Yeah, I need another Mox Opal or a Chrome Mox there. We're again just gonna board like we've boarded against every non-blue deck. We're gonna cut the 6 anti-counterspell cards. Bring in Crash, Echoing Truth, Chain of Vapors, and the Abrupt Decays. Chat, this is gonna astound you. It's gonna astound and amaze you and shock you. But in the 1,500 player Red Bull tournament that went on today that was standard, Teamer Reclamation has the best win rate among decks that had the most submissions. So to find a deck that has a better win rate than Teamer Reclamation, you have to go down to decks that have a... Why does it just not exist? Are there not decks with better win rates than Teamer Reclamation? There actually might not be decks with better win rates than Teamer Reclamation. Yeah, it's actually just the best. All right, good. Weird how that works. How much of the field was Teamer Rec? 13%. Had almost 200 people playing it. 178 people playing it. Highest win rate archetype. Apparently they updated their design philosophy from fire to dumpster fire. It's funny because it's true. This hand casts Ad Nauseam on turn 1, right? It goes land, petal, Wishclaw, crack LED, cast Ad Nauseam. So we're gonna keep. We're not here to not go for it, Chad, okay? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Be do 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 do. Do 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 do. Trap me, daddy. Break my mind wide open. All right, let's see if we can make up for the Ad Nauseam we had last game, huh? Still have a 6-drop in our deck. We draw freely until we have 6 life. Alright. Yeah, this looks lethal. Got some artifact mana and some rituals. Another Lion's Eye Diamond. And now, some people out there who are part of the fake news media will say that this is a first turn kill. But I would implore you, chat, to think critically about what's happened here on your screen and realize that my opponent took a turn mulliganing and I took a turn mulliganing and then I played a turn of the game. So in reality, when you count the turns we spent mulliganing, this was really a turn 3 kill. Sure, you could even think about the impact sideboarding has on things. I agree. Ah, Legacy. 'Tis a silly place. Do 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 do. Boo do 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 do. Boo do 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 do. Do 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 do. I mean, did you not have fun, chat? Did you not have fun? I mean, if you didn't have fun, that sounds like a you problem. Let's not minimalize important social issues in my chat while making fun of a card game, please and thank you. Yeah, it sounds fine, right? Doesn't have a fast kill, but has plenty of mana and has an Abrupt Decay to interact with a piece of permanent base hate that they could produce. What are we playing against again, by the way? Because we killed ourselves in the first game and then they didn't get a turn. Does anybody remember what deck they're playing? I remember they don't have blue cards, but what were they actually playing? Painter, that's it. Okay, it was Painter. Now, Goblins was last match. They had the option to concede that entire time. I called that player agency. It's technically correct. Which one could argue is the best kind of correct. Blast me, daddy. Oh, yeah. I like the way you do that right there, right there. This is the correct way for them to use their blast in this matchup. I don't have blue combo cards, so they're definitely supposed to just come in and start blasting. Although I guess they have Painter Servant, so like they can Stone Rain me here now. What's our best draw here? Wishclaw Talisman? Chrome Mox. I'm blue, da ba dee da ba da da ba dee da ba da ba dee da ba da. Hi. Do 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 do. We're dead to Grindstone. We're dead. Da ba dee da ba da da ba dee da ba da da ba dee da ba da. Hi. Maybe I should have Abrupt Decayed this on my turn so they can't, like, blast my land or my LED in response. Float a black mana. Actually, let's play a Chrome Mox, imprint nothing. And then I don't have to choose what I'm floating with this. They could have another red blast here. Their deck plays a lot of them. Yep. And now we play the waiting game. 4 to be exact. No, usually they play 6 or 7, I believe, Paradise Cell. They get to play Red Elemental Blast. Usually like 6 to 8 even. Oh, jeez. Putting the Chrome Mox in my bin lets them welder kill our Mox Opal. That's a beating. Forgot about some stupid old cards that are symmetrical. That'll do, pig. That'll do. We're 2-2 now. Let's see if we can get the last one, huh? Playing against a surprisingly low number of Force of Wills here. People have said the game board for the labs thing is really good and it's custom, so interested to see what that looks like. Riot knocks it out of the park usually with the cosmetic aspects of Runeterra. Got one more match here with Storm, and then we're going to shift gears into Runeterra for the rest of the stream. We had someone donate to play a couple game of the new Labs event. Then we're going to play some Frostbite midrange and some Heimer VI control. Yes, if you've cheered at least 1k bits, you have a burrito center emote to enjoy. Yeah, I've actually been really surprised. I usually take a walk around my neighborhood in the evenings, and people have been, it seems like even over the holiday weekend, people were pretty respectful of social distancing stuff in the neighborhood where I live. Even when I've walked around and there were people that were like very clearly like didn't all live in the same place, they like had chairs out on their driveway on opposite sides of the driveway, pretty clearly spaced out, which was great to see. Wow, did we play against one Force of Will deck in this whole set? It's pretty below average. Gamble. So opponent is a Thespian Stage Dark Depths deck. Every domestic flight you've had to be on has been completely full. Yep. Yeah, they pulled back on having flights not be full very quickly. Having flights not packed to the top hurts their profits a lot. Late stage capitalism chat, profits over people. We're starting with Brainstorm here, looking for some more mana. That's super unfortunate. I think we're just brainstorming again, looking for an LED here. Yeah, I think we're just gonna end up getting wastelanded out of the game. Yeah, Christy went to the store to pick up groceries for us for the week the other day, and she said that she saw a family where both the man and the woman were both wearing masks, but the woman had an infant strapped to her front with the infant's face facing out. It's like, good golly. Like, if you really feel like you need to bring your infant to the store with you, like, could you at least, like, have them face in so they're not, like, at adult head level? We're super dead here. I don't have any more blue lands to fetch. It's super wild, Blitz Legend. I don't use Facebook proper anymore. I just use it for Messenger. I don't really keep in contact with any boomers in real life, so can't say. I mean, like, there's a reason why the Karen meme exists, right? Like, any minor inconvenience isn't okay. So Sienna has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Unfortunately, 12 goblins doesn't do it, right? Also, I counted wrong, right? 1, 2, 3, it's only 5 mana. Yeah, okay, I'm mulligan this. Santa's not great, but I think it's keepable. As a teacher, I know it will shut us down. It's a lack of substitutes. Yeah, I honestly, Thopter Gifts, I wouldn't be surprised if we see teacher walkouts in some places too. Places that have strong teacher unions. Yeah, Beansy. I mean, that's just like police refusing to enforce mask ordinances are just like one of the, oh, that was a good draw, are just like one of the many examples of the police not actually being there for people, right? Isn't it basically impossible to open schools right now without risking lives? Yes. That's why people want to defund and abolish and reconstruct the idea of what policing means in the United States. The fact that and honestly, like all of the absurd, unreasonable violence aside, just the simple nonviolence of they're not going to enforce actual laws set forth and mandates by the governor and their superiors because they don't want to is just like a fantastic example of why these police forces don't deserve to continue to have their funding and continue to exist. Like, whenever I feel like there's a big segment of people out there that think like, you know, like the Karens of the world, the white middle class people that live in these nicer neighborhoods that think the only thing that prevents people from breaking into their cars or like breaking into their houses and murdering them is the idea that the police exist. And it's like, these are very clearly people who have never had their property stolen and had to deal with the police and understand what the actual success rate is of them actually helping you recover your property or solving crimes like sexual assault. Like when those things happen, those services, and I'm not saying that it's 0%, but it's incredibly low, right? When you look at the stats of like what actually gets solved. They're dead here, right? While I was talking, they died. Storm count is 14. Hella dead, yep. Run it back. Take it back now, y'all. We could Grapeshot them for fun. Yep. Yeah, I think this hand's good. Not amazing, but definitely in the range of keepable. Plenty of mana and has a cantrip to dig for a Burning Wish or a Wishclaw Talisman. Hey, thanks for the 20 months, tutors. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. With the petal and the rituals, we could even potentially like kill them after pondering on one, which would be great. Yeah, we could also just draw Ad Nauseam here. People say things like companions were the worst thing to ever happen to Magic rather than like the solitaire that we play here because what we're currently doing here on stream is something that people are used to. It's something that's happened in Magic for a long time, so it's accepted as this is okay because this is normal. I think I'm supposed to play out my artifact mana here. So that way, if they have a Sphere of Resistance drawn, I cannot have to pay mana for these. Yeah, like, I also don't know how, like, a lot of school districts can't afford teaching supplies, like, you know, having enough pencils and stuff for their classroom, much less, you know, having proper equipment to allow their students to exist in the classroom during a pandemic. Like, yeah, we can, and then, you know, there's all the overcrowding that exists too, right? Like, my son's school, for example, like, we live in what's considered to be a very nice neighborhood in one of the better schools in town, and their school is super crowded during the normal years. I think the building that they're in is was servicing more than it was originally designed for to start. It's like COVID is like peeling back the uncomfortable realities of like a lot of the issues in our society, right? The real scary reality in the United States too is we almost certainly haven't seen the full economic impact yet of COVID-19. Like I believe they said something like 30 some odd percent of households in June missed a mortgage or rent payment. And like as evictions start happening, things are going to get much worse before they get better in the US. Oh, my opponent has no cards. Lotus Petal's like worse than a land at this point, right? What's an appropriate win rate for a deck? We talk about 56% like it's high. 50 over a significant sample size, 55% or so is like considered high. Hey, Tom Tracy, thanks for the biddies. Yeah, we have nothing going on, but the opponent also has nothing going on at the moment. So these are still +1 mana under Sphere. Do we... So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can actually cast Ad Nauseam this turn, right? So this is 1, 2, 3. No, because it costs 6. It costs 6, so I'm 1 short. I could Burning Wish this turn, but that doesn't really accomplish anything. I think we just wait and hope we get a next turn, right? I think I'm gonna put Mox Opal back, put Ad Nauseam back. Polluted Delta, go. We just hope they brick here again. Okay, I mean, like, that means we're dead on their next turn, but it also means they're not killing us right now, so that's great. Alright, so there's an Underground Sea and a Swamp in my bin and a Badlands and a Volk in play. Does this have a land that it can go get? There's a Trop in my deck still, so I think I fetched the Trop before we start. You'll note I kept the Burning Wish in my hand there, because keeping the Burning Wish in my hand means that, I have a more expensive card that's not in my deck right now. So we cast this. In response, I'm going to crack this. In response, I'm going to make red mana with Mox Opal. I'm going to make blue mana. Am I going to make that? Do I make green mana with this? So that way I can cast an Abrupt Decay? I think I make green, black, red. 1 green, 3 black, 3 red. Do we like that? I think so. I do also have Chain of Vapors in my deck. Alright, so flipping Echo is lethal here, but I think I have to keep going. Do I have lethal without it? So I can Chrome Mox, Ponder, Chain of Vapor the Sphere, So this cost me 1, and then this cost me 2. Hey, Lucas, thanks for the biddies. We boarded in Crash, Lamacopter. It's in my deck right now. That's in my deck because we have Pulverize in the sideboard to wish for. Which could also be a line here. So if I have 7 mana, this is mana neutral. So this leaves me at 7. This cost me 2, brings me to 5, gets rid of the sphere. So I'd have 5 mana. This would be 6, 7, 8 mana. Which then lets me Wishclaw for Tendrils for lethal. Because they're at 20. My storm count is currently 3. So this would be storm 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, still 1 off of lethal that way. Right? Because I go, Chrome Mox is spell 4. This is spell 5, 6, 7, spell 8. And then that's only 18. Do I take another hit? Wishclaw for Dark Ritual, cast second Wishclaw. Do I have a Dark Ritual still to go get? I think I do, and I think that works. I have 1, 2 rituals, 3. Okay, so we go Chrome Mox, chain this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Tendrils kill you. Okay, figured it out. Chat mentioned Chain of Vapor and our own Mox for mana. That doesn't work, chat, because then I don't return. Does that work? Return target land purpose, sacrifice a land, and then play may copy this spell. Oh, I don't have to pay extra mana for copies. Okay, so if I chained this could come back. Okay, so that works too. What's JMP historic? Jumpstart historic. All right, figured it out. Chaining our own Mox would have also worked there, because I had the Burning Wish to re-imprint on it. So, second Wishclaw for Dark Ritual worked, chaining our own Mox, and then sacking a land to bounce their sphere also worked. Alright, we hit the 3-2. We only played against 1 Forcible deck in that set, which I think is pretty far below the average. Like I said, I don't really draw strong conclusions on established decks like this. I think this deck is fun. I think if you play it, you should probably play something close to this. I guess my one thought would be I'm skeptical that having this card in our sideboard is useful, but we did win 1 game with it, so I guess in the chances you can actually make 9 mana and get to it, you're probably a lock to win games where you cast it, so maybe that's worthwhile for the games where you have plenty of mana and don't have to, that way you don't have to gamble on Echo of the Eons. Alright, so we are going to roll on into some Legends of Runeterra for the remainder of the stream today. We are going to kick off trying out the new Labs mode, and then we're going to roll on into some Constructed after that. Let's get our category switched over and that game loaded up. If you haven't seen Runeterra before, it's Rite